Hello there, Lynx here, and welcome to Lifted Dreams, which is, of course, on itch.io, given that we are clearing that folder again. It is a game published by Tiny Hat Studios, and they have quite a bit of games on Steam. We might be playing some of them at some point, but it was developed by Lifted Dreams Project, I believe. So, yeah. Anyway, let's check this one out, because, well, it had cute girls, so I downloaded it. She was an angel. It's going to go automatically, or no? Okay. I muttered to myself while going through the motions of sharpening my favorite pencil with teddy bears on it. I'm about to go through my daily ritual. Is it set up? Okay. I'm inside my room staring at a blank sketchpad. Yes, that's how I draw, by the way. That's how good I am. Using a blue outworn bear print pencil that I've had for 2 years, how did you not use it up? Or so I've been to sketch a girl's eyes. They're like black holes in the sky, sucking in every ounce of color and feeling I try to pour into them. Wait, you can see the mouse? That's interesting. That's interesting. Anyway, unless the update messed up the settings again. I stop. I stare in the void, and soon the two holes become one. It begins to suck my focus inward, as if trying to sap me of my very essence. It feels like my heart is being stretched by some unseen force, drawing me closer into the vacuum. On instinct, my right hand moves, snapping me from my previous trance. It sketches a liquid. This liquid begins in the girl's eyes, then ebbs down like a monochrome waterfall. I want to wipe it away, but in my mind's eye, I know I can't reach her. Erasing it would do nothing. She's too distant. Even on paper, she lives in another dimension. Yes, that's how well I'm drawing again. As if possessed, my hand proceeds to draw the rest of her face. I wish I could draw like that. Her expression is almost like a straight line, composed in an eerie and unnaturally serene sort of way. It almost appears as she has been left tranquilized by the cruelty of fate. Again, I stop and stare. This was a bad idea. I think to myself, the longer I look at this drawing, the less sane I feel. How could anyone bask in this innocent girl's misery? At last, I bring myself to sketch her silken hair. It flows gently like sweet whispers on a peppermint wind. It's the only thing I've drawn today that calms my senses. It reminds me of her fragrant aroma as I inhale, and soon I want nothing more than to breathe the rest of her in as well. This hair of hers, it doesn't exhibit the loathsome ferocity and despair the rest of her face does. What ferocity? The finished portrait of the dazzled girl awakens every one of my senses, breaking me from its hypnotic power. My hand and heart begin to weigh heavily upon me, and soon it becomes clear why I've even drawn this picture. It resembles Faye, my neighbor since childhood, whom I once had a crush on. Had? We played with one another from time to time when we were 3 years old. Now that we're 16, we've grown distant, but I still can't help but see her from time to time. After all, she hasn't moved, so she's still around the neighborhood. She's every guy's fantasy, and knowing it only drives me my previous despair home. My mental image is clear and crisp. Her skin is glossy and fair. She is, in a way, as delicate as glass and as gentle as a flower. Her long hair always shimmers in the sunshine as if kissing the blue sky with its trees. On her left side, a purple hair tie binds up a small portion of her hair. Is it a small portion for? Lower than that, two identical hair ties complete her angelic appearance. When I recall memories of the times I spent with her, I always default to seeing her in a field, surrounded by sunflowers. There is voiceover. Oh yeah, there was info in the intro actually about that. Anyway, she calls to me, her large eyes filled with anticipation, but what for? I cannot tell. Naturally I ask, what is it, Faye? Naturally I respond with a gentle smile.
Read this. I wrote it for you.
Okay, give me a second. We have to go into the settings. Voice maximum, music a little lower, SFX a little lower. Let's go even a little more lower. Okay. She hands me a piece of paper with one of her many short compositions written on it in her neat, uniform writing. She had written a short story about a poor homeless kitten. Cutting straight to the case, she tells me the story concludes with a happy ending. How nice of her! Undeniably, it's a predictable story, but her detailed description of the kitten's life makes it worthwhile anyway. The story introduces itself with the kitten's birth in a garbage dump, just inside of some backwater city. The ensuing labor scene ends up so gruesomely detailed. Children will never be able to read it. I knew for sure that Faye included that scene, not because she felt like it, but because she felt like it was a significant, very significant to the story. After the mother delivers our protagonist, the youngest of the litter, a large chunk of metal falls from somewhere on the garbage pile and pins her left paw. There were a lot of tragic, detailed scenes like this, which only made me even more impatient to get to the story's heartwarming conclusion. But before that, I found myself so dumbfounded by the details I can't help but to ask, Faye, how did you come up with detailed scenes like this?
That's the first thing you ask?
Yeah?
Through research, of course.
What do you mean? Huh? I see. What? I take in what she said. Of course, it's not anyone would research that sort of thing, but then I remember. When she got me drawing at a young age, she told me that she'd catch up to me with her writing. I must admit, she has improved a lot.
Can you draw the kitten for me?
She smiles. It's a smile that has been burned to my memory time and time again. An adorable, precious sort of smile that always managed to strike a chord with my heart. It's so precious and fleeting that it feels like it may vanish completely any second. Sure, why not? You can ask me anything, I'll draw it for you, I promise. I answer immediately, hoping that I can preserve her smile by responding quickly enough. Every single day we used to talk about things just like this. She wrote for me and I drew for her. Day in, day out. Without fail, this would be our routine. It always left me in a state of euphoria. She was so cheerful and I enjoyed every moment that I spent with her. I wanted. No. Come on. I want to spend my days like that. Forever.
Jeff, you're so kind.
I fall silent, wondering why she has suddenly said that.
You're too kind.
What?
To me.
Huh? As she utters those words, she smiles. Her eyes seem to glisten, while her cheeks grow rosy. And without knowing it, I'd never get the chance to talk to her like that again. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the last day she spoke to me, but it's the last thing that sticks out in my memory. She's no longer the angel she used to be. Huh. What do you mean by that? I wonder. I look up from my stupor and find myself faced with a clock. It's already 5:30 p.m. It is? No, it's not. It's 2. As I walk through the neighborhood, the red-tinted summer sky remains, as if it doesn't want the night to take over. The neighborhood trees gently sway to a tempo set by the evening's warm breeze. The scenery resembles a fascinating piece of artwork, expressing the emotional contrast between joy and misery. It does allow me to feel the busy surroundings of the city or the lazy ambience of the quiet countryside. If I had to describe it verbally, I'd say it's well balanced. It isn't too bright, nor is it too dark. The entire mood within the vicinity makes me feel more sentimental than I had previously been. This would be perfect. All it needs is music? Before I know it, I've already arrived at my destination. The playground. Surprisingly, I hear a girl singing a beautiful melody. Her voice is so gentle and smooth that it causes me to close my eyes. Where's the singing? I don't hear it. It reminds me of the days when my mother used to put me to sleep by humming sweet lullabies as I laid in bed. What? The girl's voice soothes my ears, but more importantly, it soothes my heart. It makes me want to snuggle tightly under a warm, fuzzy blanket like a cat. I feel like I'm floating. Every note lifts me higher and higher, until the clouds are beneath me. The girl abruptly shouts, interrupting her song. Yet I can't really call it shouting. It's so sonorous, it still sounds like she's vocalizing. It's weird for me to even think about it, but even that sounds beautiful. She truly is a singer. I wish we could hear her. Unconsciously, I find myself already standing behind the source of earlier's beautiful melody. I rather laugh at myself about how careless I can be when something astonishing occurs in front of me. I fully regret interrupting her captivating tune.
Jeff.
Huh? The girl surprised utters my name. When I open my eyes, I see Chelsea standing in front of me in her singing posture. You have the same hairstyle. Why is that? She faces me, her long blonde hair swaying from side to side. A significant portion of her hair is tied up. Okay, it's similar but not the same, right? But still, she leaves some hanging free around her back, giving her a cool, feminine look. Chelsea is another childhood friend of mine. Oh my god. This guy! We've known each other since her family moved into our neighborhood, about 11 years ago. When Faye and I spoke to her for the first time, she insisted on singing for us. At the time, we were so impressed we couldn't help but be friends. She has always sung for everyone in the neighborhood, and the joy it brings paints a smile on everyone's faces. For that reason, she's pretty popular. In fact, I can't help but feel lucky to be able to hang out with her. I see. You still enjoy having solo concerts out here, huh? I tease her. Just a bit.
Call it that?
Just a little bit of teasing, you know. It has to be done. From time to time. Also, don't mind me, I have to click something very quickly. Contests. Okay, 17th place, whatever. Gain XP, defeat players, maybe later. Back. What do you mean, don't call? Then what about solo core?
There's no such thing.
She laughs at my nonsense. What about a group solo concert? She doesn't respond to my stupid joke. Yeah, it was stupid. I guess it was too much. Okay, okay. I know that you just really like to sing from the bottom of your heart, right? She smiles again, as if she was expecting me to say that.
Yeah, it's the same as how you love drawing.
biggest dream.
It's my biggest dream. I hope that your dream comes true.
And yours.
What's my dream for? She responds with her usual reply. We've been hanging out more and more over the past 2 years. We've become so familiar that we already know each other's speech patterns. Aside from knowing each other since childhood, we've come to understand more about ourselves and our dreams together recently. But we aren't a couple. I do like someone, but I know that I shouldn't actually fall in love. I know why, but I feel like being in love will steal my dream of being an artist from me. Between constant drawings and maintaining what little social life I have, I can't imagine myself having any time for romance until I'm renowned.
Jeff.
Yes? Chelsea says to me.
Did she call you out here too?
Yeah?
Then, did you read a creepy message?
Chelsea looks confused. Without answering, I grab my phone out of my pocket and read the message that I had received earlier today. The paroxysm of anguish devours my benevolence. Yet your spirits seem vigorous. Enshrouding myself in a curtain that's impossible. Hey, have you heard about those people losing their dreams like it's mass hysteria? If desire for an explanation, then let's meet at the playground before sunset. Sender, Faye. Faye always writes weird things, but this is weirder than usual. Given her track record, it's impossible to know what she really means until she explains it to me. But the emotion behind it is there, and I know I can't ignore it. What does she mean by losing one's dream? Is that even possible? Even trying to dissect it word by word, I can't squeeze an ounce of meaning from it. All I can tell is that Faye is at her limit. But at her limit for what? Chelsea's probably wondering the same thing.
I wonder what's on Faye's mind. She hasn't said a word to us for years. And now she has sent us this ominous message.
What? That's true. I'm really worried about her. I've called her several times since she sent it, but she won't pick up. I wonder what's wrong. Sorrow once again wells up inside of me. The majority of my childhood memories are occupied by Faye standing next to me. Yet without saying a word, she has suddenly changed. Since then, I haven't seen her precious smile that could brighten anyone's gloomy day. I see her at school and around the neighborhood sometimes, but she seems distant, almost like a completely different person. I miss seeing her puppy dog eyes, delicate skin, long silky hair, and especially reading her stories. I miss everything about her. And with her comes everything there has never been in my possession. Knowing the distance between us, I can't help but feel even more saddened by whatever brought it on.
Hey.
Suddenly we hear someone. When we turn around, we find the one we've been expecting. Of course, it's Faye. Upon seeing her, a theory that has been swirling inside my mind is instantly cleared up. She isn't the girl she used to be anymore. Her eyes seem so vacant and lifeless, even for their focus towards us. It's like she's looking through Chelsea and I. Or at the very least, she's looking at parts of us that don't exist within this dimension. Her wavelength seems to be too different from ours for us to connect. She has an ominous and antagonistic aura surrounding her. Chelsea twitches upon seeing Faye. As much as I can believe what I feel, Chelsea can believe what she sees, which renders her speechless.
Do you know why we have dreams?
Suddenly Faye asks us the simple but cryptic question. I can tell from this alone that this meeting will not be a pleasant one. I can't say anything. I wonder why she's asking us that question after being silent for so long.
Dreams are nothing but an illusion.
What has happened to you? Hey, what are you saying?
Dreams are fake.
She slightly raises her voice. I don't understand what she's trying to tell us. How could anyone understand this sudden outburst? Faye, calm down!
Dreams appear to be a paradise from the outside, but the truth is, they're as rotten as this world. They make us
Okay.
feel like we exist and belong. They promise to give meaning to our lives,
Uh-huh.
but without realizing it, they're just naturally programmed inside of us, our psyches, just like our emotions.
Uh-huh.
And just like our emotions, our dreams can fail us. Not all dreams will come true.
Well, yeah.
In fact, the majority of people throw them away because they get disappointed. So what's the point in chasing something that's so cruel?
Is she broken? Don't say that!
Dreams shouldn't exist if they aren't guaranteed to come true. Dreams should just go and disappear.
Faye, that's not true! I'll raise my voice.
Then what is the truth? Tell me.
Huh. I pause for a minute before replying. Dreams are called dreams because we should work hard to obtain them. My voice lowers. Despite knowing that what I've said is true, it's impossible to keep up with Faye. I don't know where she's coming from, and for that very reason, I can't say anything meaningful back to her.
Do you really believe that hard work will guarantee you your dreams?
Well, no, but yeah, anyway.
Jeff, this world is full of lies and uncertainty.
I mean, they can't guarantee, but other than that, you know, they won't come to you on their own.
How can you so blindly believe in something that petty?
She furiously retorts and then murmurs.
Even though I'd worked so hard.
I fall silent. It pains me to see her like this. It's like she's jamming a needle into my heart as slowly as she can. Suddenly Faye turns to face Chelsea.
Chelsea, do you believe that dreams can so easily come true?
Chelsea jerks almost mechanically. Unable to meet Faye's intense gaze, she instead looks beyond her as she replies.
Yes, if we work hard enough towards them.
Chelsea agrees with me. Naturally, Faye is not impressed.
Wrong. Hard work means nothing without results. No one can know the result beforehand. And that result would only appear if your dream has already come true. That doesn't answer my question at all.
Chelsea can't say anything in response.
No, it's not easy.
Uh-huh.
Especially when someone disrupts.
What? That what? I don't know, I learned to use it that way. It's so annoying. Her last sentence lights up a part of my mind, but it dims down again soon after. Anyway. Why are you so broken? Explain. Could it be that she tried to publish or something and it didn't go through and just that broke her? I mean, that's my guess. Faye starts to walk away. She leaves us with a set of dark and ominous words.
You'll understand what I mean when the time comes.
After she has left, Chelsea and I are silent. We can't say a word to each other. Without saying goodbye, Chelsea runs home. If I never noticed the onset of darkness before, I can see in the suddenly present moonlight that there are tears streaming down her face. Night has finally come. I showered hours ago and I've already eaten my supper. I lay down in my bed, but I can't seem to fall asleep. The discomfort I felt from Faye's words earlier still plagues my mind. Dreams, huh? I murmur to myself. Faye. I wonder what her dream is. Although we've always been together, she's never told me. I never considered asking her because there is only ever been one thing that she has been passionate about. She wants to become an author. In fact, it's almost like she's destined to. She's always writing, and has been for so many years, it's doubtful anyone could doubt her ability. Has she given up on her dream? Is that the reason why she became like this? Can those bugs shut up? She immersed herself in writing for so many years. Can she really give it up just like that? Or maybe something happened. I really don't know what to think. I thought I understood her very well, but maybe Faye and I aren't that close after all. That thought stings my heart. I mean, sadly enough, yes, it is possible to give up on your dream. If everything goes against you. Am I speaking from experience? Maybe. Maybe I do. I close my eyes, hoping that my anxiety will fade away. And I see darkness. Vast, infinite black stretching out as far as the eye can see. I feel like I'm running away from someone. Or something. I want to shout, but no sound comes out of my mouth. I run for a long time, but there is no finish line. No end. I feel like I'm drowning in an abyss. Darkness envelops me as I try to struggle, but in the end... it hurts. It's suffocating. I continue pointlessly swinging my limbs around. I reach out my hand, hoping that I can grab onto something or someone. I swing it desperately, but nothing else exists in this pit. Soon, it dawns on me. There is nothing to grab. Just as the thought... What the heck is that sound? Just as the thought crossed my mind, something cold, slimy, and appendage-like tightly wraps itself around my right arm. I feel so disgusting that it instantly makes me try to break free from its grip. But it's impossible. It reaches my chest and pierces through it. Ugh. Instead of feeling pain, I feel hollow. I feel as empty as a moonless night. It's as if I've cried my heart out to a breaking point. I'm no longer capable of feeling anything. I succumb to the torment. In the darkness, I close my eyes. But it never becomes darker. I think this is a good point to actually end the episode. I think it's gonna be a good point, yeah. We'll continue tomorrow and we'll see where exactly this is going. And if we can make Faye believe that, you know, she should still continue to chase after her dream. Hopefully she will. Yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you have a wonderful day. Chase your dreams as well. In a reasonable way. And have a wonderful day. Bye bye.